What's up, my Charlie family? How y'all been doing? I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but I have a video here. It's a true story, and it happened when I was 4 years old. So if anybody, well, the story's about a dog. If anybody afraid of dogs, then I suggest you not to watch this video. But the rest of you guys, grab some popcorn, something to drink, and sit back and enjoy. Okay, but the reason I wasn't post because I had a lot of events that came up and didn't have a chance to do anything because of the circumstances and stuff like that. But I'm gonna post this video here and hopefully everything will go right. I broke my camera, dropped my phone, that busted up, and this is a new phone. That's why it's so dark. And I try everything to brighten it up, but I guess I'll go with what I got. And anyway, the story, like I said, is about a dog. And I was 4 years old, and I was used to like to see the train pass. We had a train that used to pass our yard. Our house about maybe a football length from our back window. And that in the yard, I couldn't see it too much from the yard because we had some bushes, so a hedge bush at the edge of the yard. Also, there was a couple of trees. So if I was in the window of the house, I could see the train. Being it was a little high up off the ground, I could see the train pass and whatnot. So anyway, this particular night, I was in the bed and I heard the train going by. So I decided to, look out the window and look at the train. But I couldn't see the train because it was pitch black outside. But we did have a light on the side of our house that illuminated our backyard. But like I said, I still couldn't see the train. But being that the light illuminated the yard, it was a tree not too far from my window. And there was this little thing at the foot of the tree, standing about that tall, maybe that tall. And it looked like one of my sister's dogs. And I was like, oh, my sister left a dog outside. So I kind of closed the curtain. And I said, wait a minute, why is it propped up on a tree like that? So I opened the curtain back, and the thing moved. Because at first, when I looked at it, it was just sitting there with its arm on the tree, froze. So I closed the curtain and I opened it back, and it moved like that and stopped again. And I was like, what? So I closed the curtain and when I got back in the bed. And in the room, me and my brother slept in the same room. So I got in the bed and whatnot, I went to sleep, and it didn't faze me or scare me or anything. It was just kind of strange that I saw this thing standing up in the yard. So I went and got in the bed, went to sleep, and didn't have no bad dream or nothing because at that age I wasn't afraid of anything. I don't care what it was. It didn't faze me. I don't care. Spiders, snakes. I don't care what it was. But that because no one used to tell me stories or anything that kind of scared me. So I saw this doll in the yard, or this little man or whatever it was, and it kind of threw me for a loop. So anyway, it didn't scare me or anything. I was just wondering why the thing in the yard and whatnot. So anyway, I got in the bed like I said and went to sleep. So the next morning, I woke up from my sister screaming in my mama's room, and my little brother slept in there with him that night. So I slept in his bed. Me and my older brother, we kind of slept in the same bed. I was being 4, he was a little older than me, but my brother, he was like 1 year old, and next month he was supposed to turn 2. But so he slept, I think he slept in the bed all night with my mom and dad. But anyway, this next morning, my dad, he already left for work. So my sister was in the room with him. I guess they was in there watching TV or something. And she started screaming, and my little brother, he slid out of bed and went running down the hall. And I got up and like, what's going on? So my mama, she come running down the hall to see why my sister was screaming. And my sister, it's a little man, he went under the bed. So my mama bent over and looked under the bed, and she didn't see anything. So anyway, that came to my mind that okay, this is probably that same thing that was in the yard the night the night before. So um, anyway, I was wondering how the thing got in the house. This was in the '60s, and I saw something on the news, probably in 1971 or '72. They was talking about some dangerous dogs, and the only way you kill them was to take a needle or a pin and stick them in the heart. So that night, I got all my sister dogs, and I stuck the pin in each one of them heart. And anyway, from that, it was a movie that came out, I think it was 1984, 85, called Cat's Eyes. And on this movie was a little troll, and it comes in the house to steal, I guess, the people's souls, or anyway, the breathing in those to take their life. And this cat was in the house, and it chased the troll around, and it finally caught him and killed him. And the way the thing got in the house was made a little door in the wall, and just come right on in the house. So that kind of gave me a little flashback of when the dog was in our house, and probably under the bed was the little door that he made, came in the house and whatnot. So he probably went back out the same way. But if y'all was to watch that movie Cat's Eye, then you see what I'm talking about the thing making a door. And anyway, after that, the thing was on the news, and I got the pins and did what I did with my sister dolls and whatnot. I haven't heard anything else about these little dolls or men or whatever they were. And because being, anyway, back in the 60s, the town that I live in now, it wasn't as big as it was now as far as a town. It had a lot of country and just a little small place they call them downtown. But it brought out now, and maybe these little dolls or people, whatever, probably moved farther back in the woods. But like I said, I haven't heard anything about them or seen anything on the news or anything about that. But